god, I was like,
it's
this
a
is
tricky name.
I read Boom Surge and it freaked me out. This is still a scary composition to see. It is going to be their best composition. Let's open up these gates.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Destruction Warlock Shadow Priest is a decent matchup into Jungle Cleave, and this could be a difficult game for Super Whales to navigate through. Luckily, they've got SSDS, BlizzCon veteran, on their team. He's dealt with quite a few dampeners, going 5-5 against the reigning BlizzCon champions last year at BlizzCon. So if there was a hunter to get through this game, it will be SSDS, as we see a lot of pressure mounting up towards Aquafina and Piff early on.
Yeah, Juice already using that trinket as well, is able to easily top off his team. But like you said, that was some nice pressure coming in. The true shot in war is going to be committed by SSDS as he looks to find the CC over onto Juice. Looks like Super Whales, they're going to be going for a strategy where they sort of rot down everyone from Plot Twist. There's a nice trap eat coming in from Piff, so Juice not going to get caught into that crowd control, able to easily top off his team. And now Plot Twist looking to get aggressive with a full Hammer of Justice over on a Zac. Archangel Rapture going to be committed to keep Boom Surge and SSDS alive, but Plot Twist, man, they're going to have so much pressure on the Super Whales.
Yeah, they got Boom Surge pinned down behind the pillar during his incarnation. That's not what you want to be doing with your strongest offensive cooldown, is being forced to run away. So this is good counter pressure being initiated by Plot Twist. Zac looks like he's trying to push up here. SSDS and Boom Surge just taking a ton of damage as Piff is really just tearing in. Everyone down at 50%. Void Form has now been activated. This is going to be an insane amount of pressure for Zac to deal with. There's no Archangel on the back of this to recover. Boom Surge is isolated. He's going to barely escape to safety. Aquafina actually playing Affliction, so there's even more dots. If you like dots, this is not going to be a good game here for SSDS. He's desperately running away. Aspect of the Turtle traded out there to survive. Boom Surge rotting down, and Zac does not seem like he's really having a great time dealing with this dot pressure.
Yeah, not at all. The entire team of Super Whales is going to be forced to run away, but Plot Twist, they're going to be charging in. Piff looking for the VTs. Super Whales has to do an excellent job interrupting and line of sighting these VTs at this point of the game. They need to restabilize. Zac has actually managed to top off his entire team, which isn't an easy thing to do against this composition. Plot Twist looking like they want to do the classic pincer maneuver, sort of surround the enemy team of Super Whales, get those dots up, and make it really scary. Anytime that Super Whales charges in, Boom Surge is going to be looking for the crowd control, but when SSDS goes for those traps, goes for those Wyvern Stings, he really overextends himself. It makes it really hard for Zac to top him off.
That's a lot of damage going towards the Warlock here as Juice has to trinket and sacrifice, but in the meantime, Piff is looking to reverse the pressure with a Silence Mind Bomb setup. Zac was able to defuse it, now caught into a Hammer of Justice. This is the difficult part of the Wizard Cleave with two casters. Your #1 worst enemy is a pillar, as SSDS and Boom Surge are really exploiting line of sight to avoid damage right now. It allows Zac a lot of breathing room, and even though Zac was so far behind early on in terms of health, he did a great job to just maintain his mana. He didn't spam out Shadow Mends in a frantic hurry to top his team off. He played it very greedy using Smite, which is free mana to recover, so that's good presence of mind from Zac. Mana is going to be very important in this matchup versus the Wizards.
Yeah, there's no question about it, and like you said, Super Whales, I think what they're doing is the most intelligent thing they can do. Just hit and run, go get the crowd control, get the damage out, then run away, because if they're out in the open for too long, man, that damage is going to be way too much. Aquafina now in a little bit of trouble. You get lower and lower. Juice actually managing to keep alive. That's actually the life swap coming in from Piff. Dispersion going to be forced out as well. Super Whales basically getting every single defensive from Plot Twist. The only thing that Juice really has left is that Divine Shield. That's going to make him immune and able to get up those heals, but man, this is so good for Super Whales.
All right, I think that was a Hellstone from Aqua, so they still have Void Shift, Divine Shield, Sacrifice, so there's two basically outs for Plot Twist. Mana completely tied at this point. It's constantly back and forth. Aqua and Piff need to figure out a way to push in, and Juice is trying to lead the charge on that Holy Paladin, landing a Hammer of Justice. Piff is going to get Blessing and Protection almost aggressively. I think this could be a good decision, but they're not in the best position to capitalize on it. We see a Silence Mind Bomb, Boom Surge preemptively walling before that stun went off. Good timing from Boom Surge, absorbing a lot of this damage and buying Zac more time to regenerate mana. SSDS launching out that Wyvern Sting. Aqua the primary target. He's going to portal back behind the pillar. Boom Surge completely exposed in the open. Piff is tearing in with a Void Torrent, but Aqua is still dangerously low, trying to kite away. Divine Shield, and I believe Sacrifice will deny the kill, but now they've got Boom Surge in the open. He's got Life Grip back to the pillar. Anytime the Super Whales spend even a matter of seconds in the open, they're immediately down to 50%. Now they're just forced to retreat back behind the pillar, regenerate their health, and make another attack with this Incarnation activated. Again, forced to run away on it. Boom Surge not able to capitalize on any of this. Aqua now has Unending Resolve. He can get a little bit more aggressive. Piff has Dispersion. I would love to see Plot Twist push in here and try and get something done.
Yeah, if we look at mana, Juice is a little bit ahead at this point in the game. Piff actually still has that Void Shift as well. I was wrong about that. There's the Silence on his Zac, as both Aqua and Piff looking to load up the enemy team with dots. Zac has to keep his enemy team alive, but Discipline Trees aren't horrible at that. with their Atonement healing. SSDS now getting some aim shots off over on a Piff. Juice charging in, looking for that Hammer of Justice. Really getting punished. Now Piff, the Dispersion is going to be forced out on him. Fear over on Juice. He actually trinkets out. Piff now looking to get aggressive with his Void Form. He gets interrupted there. Boom Surge rotting down at this point of the game as well. Everyone is getting low. This is such a scary moment. Dampening just kicking in. They actually make a swap over on a Juice. His wings come up. He's going to be able to keep himself alive with that if he can get some heals off. Piff now loading everyone up with dots once again. Boom Surge forced to retreat behind the pillar. Super Whales, I think they're doing a good job though. They're getting the defensive cooldowns that they need, then allowing Zach some time to restabilize. But Super Whales is running out of time. Zach really doesn't have too much mana left to work with.
No, I mean, it's still, I would say, quite even at this point. You can't 100% say as Piff gets bursted down. Immediately topped off, though, by a well-timed Holy Light from Juice. Piff now getting Blessing of Protection. Both Piff and Aqua are also playing Dwarf, which is super effective against a Feral Druid. They can remove all of those bleed damage effects off themselves quite frequently, which is going to just really annoy the Feral Druid. I think this is an interesting choice from Plot Twist, but Super Whales are just swapping constantly, and they can't really capitalize on it. Now a Psychic Scream out of Juice. Piff is the target. He's got that life swap, but he's silenced. He can't use it while he's silenced, and they can easily clutch this out at the final second. No! Denies it. A quick, deep breath for Piff as he almost went down. Now restabilizing, but still the pressure is mounting in favor of both sides. If Piff can hang on, the dot pressure is really starting to mount up on towards Boom Surge. Hammer of Justice, double Mind Bomb, no trinket for Boom Surge. Pain Suppression as they barely hang on, as this game has been back and forth start to finish.
So back and forth. Juice now almost completely out of mana as well. That was the Pain Suppression. Boom Surge not going to have any defenses left if he wants to push in and get aggressive. It's these Wyvern Stings that SSDS is able to get off. It's really carrying them. There's no dispel from Piff and Aqua for those Wyvern Stings, so it's quite easy for SSDS to get those off, and that's really where all this pressure is coming from. Piff now does have the Dispersion available. Big pressure coming in. Gets the Dispersion off to keep himself alive. Just with some nice heals, but both healers almost completely tapped on mana. Just going to be running away. Doesn't want to get that Wyvern Sting on him from SSDS. Aqua going to be charging in. Lands a triple Infernal Stun. Big pressure coming in from him, and everyone from Super Whales is rotting down.
This could easily be a cross-kill game. I can almost foresee this going down to a 1v1 as Zach is caught into a silence. It could be a double kill for Plot Twist as Boom Surge is caught in the Mind Bomb. SSDS is dangerously low. Zach dispels the dots. Piff has nothing left. Incarnation has been popped as Boom Surge needs to find a kill with only 10% life remaining. He's going to nail it, but Boom Surge is still dangerously low. Zach dispels the dots. Aqua might not have enough damage to put him over the edge. They all retreat behind the pillar. Juice and Aqua just can't chase after them. That well-timed dispel in the final seconds is going to completely reset all of those Affliction Warlock dots. Juice now caught into a bursting shot as SSDS is likely to have a trap shortly available, and Aqua will likely be falling. They're trying to keep it going, obviously with no mana left, but it's not enough as it went down to the wire there in the first game.
And someone summoned me out of here.
Press 1 for summons. Press 2 to open the gates. Plot Twist versus Super Whales. Super Whales lead by 1.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Plot Twist are going to be sticking to their dot guns in game number 2 on a much larger map, which means it will be difficult for Feral Druids to survive going in and out such long distances. I think this is a great map pick for them. If they can execute a little bit more aggressive crowd control on Zach, they could definitely nail a kill earlier on. Zach has made some changes. He's playing Trinket now instead of Relentless, realizing maybe there's only just a couple no, immediately going back to Relentless instead. I guess he's afraid of a Repentance strategy potentially, but Juice didn't even use Repentance, I think, once that last game. Either way, I think Plot Twist can play a lot better aggressively, and on a big map, it's going to leave a lot of openings for them to take advantage of.
Yeah, there's no question about it. All the CC that Super Whales was able to get out stemmed really off that Wyvern Sting coming in from SSDS. Like I said, Aqua and Piff, they don't have the Poison Dispel for that, so that CC is going to sit full, making it easy for SSDS to follow it up with a Bursting Shot as well as a DR Trap, and that's where they're able to get a lot of pressure. Zach going to be immediately interrupted. Aqua as well as Piff going to be charging in, looking for those dots. They did make sure they get the dot pressure onto Zach, but once again, Super Whales, they're just going to be hiding, line of sighting this initial damage.
I feel like Aqua and Piff don't have to play defensively. They have maybe 4 cooldowns that are immortality cooldowns that just stop all physical damage. They could use those cooldowns and get on top of the Priest instead of this middle ground where they don't get any aggressive pressure either. So I feel like Piff and Aqua may be playing. There we go. Juice gating in for a Hammer of Justice onto the healer, immediately using that Human Racial, I believe, to break out of it and try and reverse the pressure. But with those kinds of gateway plays, Hammer of Justice, that's where they build up the momentum to find a kill. In the meantime, though, SSDS is trying to punish. He's secured a Wyvern Sting onto Juice. Aqua portals back, but he's still very low on health, taking quite a lot of pressure. Juice may have to use a cooldown. He's trying to be greedy and hold on to it. Now they swap over to Piff. and the pressure from Super Whales is mounting.
Yeah, it definitely is. But luckily for Plot Twist, they have a lot of defensive cooldowns that they can rotate through. Zach, I'm kind of interested to see his position in this part of the game. He's going to be trying to line of sight there. You can see just doing a good job with LOS. There's a full trap that's secured over on the Juice. I think Aqua actually uses a Hellstone there, so another defensive cooldown going to be forced out. But like you said, Sid, I really want to see Plot Twist get aggressive. They need to sort of dogpile onto Zach with the Hammer of Justice, get the dots rolling onto everyone on the enemy team. When they kind of go in this middle ground, I feel like this is an advantageous positioning for Super Whales.
Yeah, and I mean, playing Affliction, you've got instant dots, so they can chase them around the pillar, putting up their instant dots, which is why I thought they were playing Affliction over Destruction, but they're really not getting aggressive at all. They're just playing the neutral game, and I don't know if they're going to have enough damage to do it. Aqua loading out a ton of unstable Afflictions onto Boom Surge, immediately using Survival Instincts to deflect that attack. Piff jumping into Void form, but it looks like Boom Surge and SSDS are just going to retreat away from that, and unless Piff and Aqua get aggressive, this Void form could just go wasted. Piff is trying to hold on to it as long as possible and maximize its peak potential. Juice, though, caught into a bash. SSDS is moving across the map as it looks like Super Whales want to take this pillar aggressively. Double bursting shot. They could make a swap to Piff now instead, looking to force a dispersion. They could quite easily get it. Nice counter shot on the Mass Dispel. Dispersion has been forced. Now Wyvern out of the trap. Piff is going to be the primary target moving forward.
Yeah, Piff's still in a lot of trouble, caught in the middle of the map. Finally, the CC's out for Juice, able to get out some heals. Zach, though, positioned very far away, just throwing out the dispels. SSDS coming back, getting those heals out that they need. This is just Super Whales. They're doing the same thing. They push in, they get the Wyvern Sting, they get the trap, they get all these defensive cooldowns, and they run away. And Plot Twist really isn't having their time to shine. Finally, Juice going to be charging in, getting that Hodge over onto Zach. This is where Plot Twist needs to get a lot of pressure, but a full trap secured onto Juice. Blessing of Protection is going to be used right before that trap went out. Piff, though, getting bursted down very quickly by SSDS and Boom Surge. Boom Surge finally forced to retreat a little bit here. If we look at cooldowns, Piff, you know, he still has the Void Shift, so he can switch anyone's HP. Juice still has both Blessing and Sacrifices, so it's not looking bad for Plot Twist. And when they find this sort of pressure and momentum, I really do want to see them push in.
I think Juice should actually play Repentance and just CC the Priest and rot the Feral Druid and the Hunter at the same time, and they can play aggressive on top of the Priest. The strategy they're playing right now is just the safe strategy, but SSDS and Boom Surge are taking advantage of it. They get to retreat for free, reset completely back to full, and then they get to go and make a push like this, where it's basically free crowd control time, and Piff is in danger. This could easily be the Void Shift. Juice trinkets out and trades Sacrifice instead. Finally, some crowd control on Zach with a Silence. This is where they have to push. Juice is trying to mount up across the map. Super Whales need to get aggressive in this position. They managed to get an aspect of the Turtle. I'd love to just see them dogpile on top of Zach here, but they're not. They're retreating back away, which is exactly what Super Whales need to recover.
Yeah, whenever Juice isn't on those trap DRs, they need to be pushing in and getting that pressure, but unfortunately they're not. Maybe, I'm not sure what they're afraid of. They have the long gateway if they need it to escape if things get really dodgy, but now SSDS is going to be charging in, looking for that crowd control on Juice once again. Super Whales looking to get aggressive, and Plot Twist really doesn't have too many things left in terms of defensives. Maim, he actually trinkets out of that. SSDS going to be looking for Wyvern Sting or Bursting Shot, a trap. Aqua is in a lot of trouble as he ports away. SSDS might be able to take him down. Juice able to get that ultimate sacrifice up to keep him alive. Piff using that Vampiric Embrace as he gets bursted down. Big pressure coming in from Boom Surge. Silence over on Zach, but he's able to get out of that. Piff trying to counter pressure the best he can, but SSDS and Boom Surge just aren't being forced away. Bash onto Juice. That is going to be the dispersion as well coming in from Piff.
All right, this is still trouble as Juice has gotten to a Wyvern Sting. He has to use the Divine Shield, and basically at this point, Plot Twist have burned all of their defensive arsenal. If they don't get a kill soon, it is not looking good for them. Zach also even has a significant mana lead. Nothing is going in favor of the strategy that they're trying to employ, and I think at this point, if it's not obvious, it's not working. Plot Twist need to do something different and quick, but now it might be too risky to push. They don't have defensive cooldowns to work with to stand on top of Zach, and this passive playstyle is completely getting torn apart by Super Whales.
Yeah, now Super Whales, once again, DRs are off. They can push in. They can get the pressure rolling. Boomster's going to be putting some damage over on a Piff. Hammer of Justice going to be secured by Juice onto him. You can see SSDS looking for that good position so he can finally land some CC. Maim into trap. Piff all alone. Gets silenced into a bash. Does he have the Trinket Void Shift? Doesn't look like he's going to be able to get it off, and Super Whales is going to dominate that game once again, going up 2-0 in the series.
That seems like a very bad move. We were talking about just how strong the Shadow Priest really was, but we can tell that they are fishing for a win. Will this be enough? Will this be enough?
From me. I was going to do it. Dang it. All right, the gates have opened, ladies and gentlemen. This is match point for the Super Whales. Plot Twist could quickly be swimming with the fishes.
Aqua's going to be casting out the Demonic Gateway, able to land it. SSDS and Zach pushing in, looking for that crowd control onto Juice. It's going to be the similar thing. The Super Whales are going to be looking for that CC. There's the bash to start it off. Good pressure out onto Aqua, good pressure out onto Piff. Bursting shot, can SSDS follow it up with the trap? Doesn't look like it. And Piff actually has the poison dispel, so he's going to be able to get that poison off of Juice if he does end up going for that Wyvern.
All right, now they're swapping over to Aqua. He's trying to gate away to safety, but man, SSDS is just the most damage ever. Aqua's just hiding behind the box. Juice is going for a Hammer of Justice while his whole team is dead. Now he's trying to gate back to recover, but he's fallen so far behind. This could easily be a sacrifice as well. They're trying to hold on to it as long as possible. They've managed to force Boom Surge to retreat away. Astral Shift has been banked, though, on Piff. He's going to be exposed moving forward. Let's see if Zach can maintain his mana moving into a potentially late game here against the dampening team of Plot Twist.
Yeah, Boom Surge is going to be in retreat as he is getting lower and lower. Juice able to top off his team, though. And now Aqua and Piff, they're going to be looking to get aggressive a little bit more. It looks like Aqua's more comfortable on that Destro Warlock, pushing in and getting some damage up, but a nice Wyvern Sting going out onto Juice. And now a trap goes out as well. Aqua, that's going to be his unending resolve, so he's going to be a little bit tankier in this situation, but still, Boom Surge and SSDS seem to be pushing through. Nice coil, though, coming in. Big burst pressure out onto SSDS as they force him into the aspect of the turtle.
Yeah, and I mean, Aqua there missed the Infernal stun, and that first set of Infernals does so much more damage than any other set, and it seems like Aqua and Piff and Juice, they're just not on their A game in terms of offense, so they're going to have to hope that they can just outlast the enemy team because they're really not getting anything set up aggressively. Super Whales are just walking all over them. If a whale can walk, it probably can't. SSDS and Booms are just recovering by the pillar, resurrecting the pet, of course. Piff setting up a Stormkeeper. This could be a deadly combo of Chain Lightnings, but Boom Surge intercepts with a stun. Piff trinkets out to get aggressive. That's a lot of lightning in a lot of time. SSDS barely recovers, but almost instantly go back to full with an Exhilaration. Well timed there. Zach is falling behind. SSDS securing some crowd control onto Juice. Piff is going to be the target. 4 more seconds on that Astral Shift. This could easily be a sacrifice from Juice as he is caught now into a bash. Piff is trying to heal through the pressure, but does ultimately have to trade out the Astral Shift. Juice getting bursting shot away as SSDS and Boom Surge. They did a hit. They got a cooldown. Now they're doing the run part of the strategy and trying to bait Piff to overextend.
Yeah, True Shot Aura is going to be available for SSDS very, very shortly. So that next trap, that next CC chain on the Juice is going to be very, very effective to fear out onto Zach into a spell walk. But everyone from Super Whales, like I said, they're just retreating behind the pillar. They're going to be completely fine. Zach's allowed to easily keep up his Vim if he's running that. Keep his team very stable. Nice capstone coming from Piff, but that's a full trap over on the Juice. Silence onto Aqua as well. Piff gates away, but Boom Surge is in hot pursuit. A lot of damage going to be going out as Piff leaps away. Juice nowhere to be found. He needs to reconnect onto Piff of SSDS as well as Boom Surge and keep up this pressure. Finally, Juice is able to get there, get out the Holy Light, get some heals out onto his team. But man, Super Whales is looking so good in this game.
Yeah, I mean, they're completely dominating. Juice now has to use Avenging Wrath when literally there's no offensive cooldowns for the side of Super Whales. This is a huge lead. They might even be able to get a Divine Shield Force with this crowd control chain. Wyvern Sting secured. That's a trinket from Juice. SSDS jumps over. They're looking for an early kill. This could be a massive cooldown overlap if it isn't a kill at the end of the day. Piff taking so much damage. Divine Shield sacrifice. Juice has just been forced to use everything from perfectly timed crowd control from SSDS. The next push could easily be the end of this match, unless an unfortunate plot twist for Super Whales.
Yep, Plot Twist is going to be looking to spice things up in this game as they need to get aggressive. This is just... Super Whales is basically doing exactly what they want in this matchup. It's just avoiding all damage whenever possible, and then when it's their turn to strike, they get all the defensive cooldowns from Plot Twist. Plot Twist never really pushing in, never really opting to get aggressive. Boom Surge now going to be charging in once again. He's going to be looking for the bash over onto Juice. If he managed to land the maim, now SSDS can charge in, get the bursting shot, get the trap out, and Piff's going to be in a lot of trouble. Astral Shift going to be committed by him, but everyone from Super Whales is looking to close out this game and take Piff down. He gets interrupted. He's down to 10% HP, but a nice Mortal Coil coming in from Aqua to keep him alive. Piff manages to survive. That Destro Warlock doing an excellent job with the peels.
All right, he manages to stay alive, but I feel like they're just like on the edge of a cliff, just holding on with their fingers. How are they going to cling onto this for this long? There's no offensive pressure. The only thing they've got going for them is mana, but I feel like Zach could even just drink at any point. There's really nothing standing on top of him unless the Fell Hunter's over there. It doesn't seem like it is. Zach's moving up. They're looking to get a win here and now. Pre-Blessing Protection gets purged off instantly. There's nothing left. Piff is in a 3v1. Aqua trinkets out to try and peel. Healing surges. Piff needs to fake cast. Juice is still locked out of this game, and Piff will fall. Super Whales clean sweeping their first round. SSDS is back, ladies and gentlemen. gentlemen.
I was about to say that. SST is
down this jungle cleave, but they just weren't opting to play aggressive enough. Now, unfortunately for them, they will be eliminated from the tournament. Super Whales will advance, and like you said, this is looking like a deadly lower bracket.
But fortunately for you guys at home, if you do like Shadow Priest, the next matchup up is going to be the Move versus Casca's Angels. The Move, we know they got what they need to potentially make it all the way to the grand final uncontested. Last tournament, it was 3-0 after 3-0 after 3-0. And their biggest fear, Method Orange, has already been sent home. So the Move probably feeling pretty confident.